Morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Thursday, the 27th day of March 2025. I hope you're safe and healthy. Today, I hope your family is safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders. Blessings upon those also that pick up garbage, keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are there trying to help, rescue, deliver, and recover. The teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of pornography and child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators. Double curses on the profiteers, and double curses on the perverts that create the great demands that cause these industries to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. There are more than 600,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, and veterans homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There was a basketball game last night at Madison Square Garden. The New York Knicks fell to the Los Angeles Clippers 126 to 113. It was very simple. The Knicks were playing 4 and 5 for at least a half. The Knicks started off strong. And the thing is, I want to say this, they did not win the game last night. The Clippers were better. But the Knicks are the better team. If both teams are healthy and they had to meet in a series, I have no fear that the Knicks would take the Clippers in 5 or 6 games. But that wasn't the case last night. Starting off the game, the Knicks were dominant with Cam Payne running the point. In the very early first quarter, he twisted his ankle on a floater. And he still played the half, but he was hampered by the ankle. So much so that Tyler Kolek started the second half. And I have been telling y'all, Tyler Kolek has promise, but he's not ready. And all of y'all, this one dude was annoying. Oh, I've been telling you he's going to be an important part. No, he's not an important part. He's the 4th string point guard. And he had to start the second half. And he was the 3rd string point guard until he started the second half. But after the game, well, first of all, Thibs pulled him. Why? Because in 17 minutes, he was minus 21. They were playing 5 on 4. And it doesn't take long for guys like James Harden and Kawhi Leonard to figure that out. And it didn't. And so the game shifted because the Knicks were playing 5 on 4. Later on in the game, Thibs brings in Delon Wright, who has been in this situation before. He's a veteran, and he's much more better equipped to handle this situation than Tyler Kolek. And even though he did that, it was too late. Okay, it was too late because Delon Wright is the 4th string point guard, or was. But after the game, listen to the post-game show. They asked Thibs, what are you going to do if Deuce can't play? Delon Wright. He said, Delon Wright. And he was trying not to diss Kolek because that's how Thibs does it. He doesn't try to diss his players in front of the media because they will jump on it like catnip and then it'll be all over the place. So he was trying to ease off on Kolek. But he said, they asked him point blank, who's you got? Delon Wright. He didn't even mention Kolek. And then they asked him about Deuce. Deuce is day-to-day, he said. They said, is it possible that he plays Friday? Yes, it's possible. Thibs is hoping against hope that Deuce's groin will be prepared so that he could go. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If Deuce cannot go, and even if Deuce can go, it's going to be Deuce and Delon Wright. If Cam Payne can't play, it's going to be Deuce and Delon Wright. And then after that, you're going to see Josh Hart run the point with Mikal Bridges. Kolek is not ready. And I don't want to hear no more about him from all y'all that was tripping. All you NBA 2K delusional ones tripping about this dude being the second coming to Steve Nash. As I said, he's working on his defense. He's building up his strength. And he needs to continue to do that in the G League and on the sideline. And when you get to Summer League, he's going to get a chance to show how much work he's put in. And then next season, if he's developed some defense, he could challenge Payne for the third guard spot, the third string point guard. But it wasn't even close last night. It wasn't even like, it was like Payne, it was like Kolek was playing as a little boy against grown men. He was like a 14-year-old freshman not ready to play with the seniors yet. Okay? That's what it was looking like. And the Clippers knew it, and they took full advantage of it. But when you look at the stats, the overall stats, it kind of tells the story, because that one breakdown, that guy right there that's 4-on-5 now, they out rebounded the Knicks. They outshot the Knicks. It was crazy, because now you don't have the string anymore. Defensively, you need to have 5 on a string. The goal of the opponent is to break down that 5, cause one crease, one weakness, and then the thing is broke down, and then you could score on them. And so that's what they did. But anyway, that was that. The good thing about last night is Indiana lost. Indiana lost to the Lakers. So the Knicks maintained a 3-game lead on Indiana with 10 games left. That's good. I'm expecting Brunson to be back on Tuesday. This is the thing. And they mentioned it. Clyde and Mike Breen mentioned it last night. Say, like, if Boston was to lose Tatum for any length of time, different team. Okay? If Oklahoma City was to lose Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for any length of time, different team. Okay? And this is the Knicks without Jalen Brunson. And they still would be good with Deuce and Payne. But now you lose your first string, your second string, and your third string point guard. Not catastrophic injuries in terms of season-ending injuries, but enough so that you admit they're missing games. That's going to cost you. Okay? And that's what happened to the Knicks right now. So, again, as I said yesterday, I was hoping, and still is, that if Deuce was not ready, just sit him and let him come back against Milwaukee on Friday. And I'm hoping that's the case. Thibs said it's possible. So we don't know, it's possible, which means that let's see how Deuce is feeling today. And then if he's able to practice today, let's see how he feels tomorrow when he gets up and gets ready for this game. And that will determine if he plays. Hopefully he will. We do need him. It's not yet reported what the extent, and today is Thursday, so probably at some point today we will get a report on the extent of Cam Payne's twisted ankle. It did not look that bad. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't painful. Twisted ankles are always painful. But the way I've seen worse, like Brunson's was way worse than Payne's. I've seen worse twisted ankles. So he definitely has a twisted ankle, but we're going to get a report to officially understand the grade quality of this strain that he had. I'm hoping he doesn't miss more than Friday's game, if that. But if he does, and we got Deuce, at least we have Delon Wright behind him, another vet that knows how to run an NBA offense and play an NBA game. And Delon Wright has played big minutes in the playoffs with Miami. He did that last year. So it's not like this guy is new to this scenario. In fact, he said that, I'm not new to this. And that's probably why the Knicks kept him, when they signed him. 4th string guy, which is now the 3rd string guy, which is going to be the starter if Deuce can't play. So that's what we got. Again, right now, the fortunate thing is the Lakers did beat the Indiana Pacers by 1 last night, and that's a loss. That means we still maintain 3 games. If we can get a healthy Deuce back from Milwaukee on Friday, that would be tremendous news. Because other than the point guard play, the Knicks are running on all cylinders very well right now. Mitchell Robinson is still coming back, and that's cool. But OG, McCall, Gato, Hart, they're playing at a high level right now. And so you bring that point guard back, and you just, what I was feeling, honestly, last night watching that second half, Kolek to me was like, I got a 16-year-old boy that I let use my new Lexus to take to the prom on a Friday night. It's like, okay, you want the boy to have a good time. You're hoping, everything all right, but you're worried about that car. And that's what I felt like. Like Kolek was the 16-year-old boy that got the keys to the Lexus. And in your heart, you hope everything's all right, but you kind of know in your stomach he's not ready. And that's what I felt like last night. And so I'm hoping against hope that Deuce is ready on Friday. I'm very confident that Deuce should be ready for Tuesday. That's the next game. And this is another thing. So they play Friday against Milwaukee. Then they don't play again until Tuesday. So now you're going to have both Deuce and JB have it prepared. I'm very confident we'll see both of them Tuesday in Philly against Philly. And hopefully if Deuce plays Friday, he doesn't re-injure the groin. We don't want that either. So I would like both of them to be 100% healthy when they come back. But if Deuce could come back Friday, that would be a good thing, because on Friday against with Milwaukee, I don't know. I'm trying to see who Indiana plays. Let me just look at this. So Indiana lost in Indiana last night. They lost to the Lakers by 1. I'm going to see what the schedule looks like here. Because right now, the third seed is between Indiana and New York. It's between Indiana and New York right now. And so the Knicks just need to win a couple games to lock this thing up. So tonight, actually, is the second night of a back-to-back. So Indiana played the Lakers last night, lost by 1. They traveled to the Washington, D.C. to play the Wizards tonight. And the Wizards obviously are not as good a team as Indiana. So, but it is the second night of back-to-back with Indiana on the road. And then Saturday night, Indiana plays Oklahoma City in Oklahoma City. Even without Shea Gilgeous, I'm pretty confident Oklahoma City wins that game. I know it's the league, and they think it happened. Like Obi could drop 50 or something, but that's looking pretty good for us. Okay, I'll put it that way. So if we could get Deuce back and have him healthy for Bucks on Friday and get that dub, that'll be 3.5 games that they're leading. And don't let the Pacers stub their toe against Washington tonight, because then we'll be back to 4 games. And I'm very comfortable with 4 games at less than 10 games left in this regular season. So, yeah, the third seed right now is between the Knicks and the Pacers. I'm not sleeping on Detroit. Detroit actually is at this point in the 5th seed. They just overtook the Bucks for the 5th seed. So the Bucks are the 6th seed, and Detroit is a game and a half behind Indiana. They are 4.5 games behind the Knicks right now. So again, they are a threat to the 4th seed. They are. They anything could happen. A game and a half, very close. Anything could happen. So Detroit is still in the mix for that 4th seed. But as far as the 3rd seed right now, I have to say it's really the Knicks and the Pacers. And right now, the Knicks got a 3-game lead. So this is where we are. We in a good position. It's not easy street. It's not as comfortable as we'd like. But listen, we'll take it as to any alternative on the worst side, right? So right now, Knicks got a 3-game lead on the Pacers for the 3rd seed. The 1st seed is done. Cleveland's going to win this. In fact, I think they clinched it already. Let me double check. Right now, they have clinched the division. So they're close to clinching the conference, Cleveland. They're going to get 60 wins. They got 58 right now. Boston is, locked in at the 2nd seed. They're 4.5 games behind Boston, and we had 8.5 games behind them. So they're going to keep their spot. The Knicks are the 3rd seed. So if we can get a couple more wins up here, we can lock that in too. So right now, that's the strategy. So right now, let's see the extent to Cameron Payne's ankle. Because if Cameron Payne could go on Friday, we in good shape. If Deuce and Cameron Payne could go on Friday, I'm very confident that we'll be in good shape there. But we got to see how this injury is. And we got to see how Deuce progresses. Tom said it's possible that he plays Friday, which means that we don't know whether, the extent of the healing of Deuce. We'll find out. We are definitely not going to be dependent on Tyler Kolek, because if we are, we're going to lose, period. End of story. Okay, he's not ready. He's not ready for prime time. The boy, he's wet behind the ears at this point. He needs some time. And as I told y'all, this is the problem with most rookies. You might get a rookie like a Brown in Denver once in a while. Okay, you get a guy like that that's ready to play in the league year 1. but it's rare. It's not normal. Okay, and for a guy drafted in the second round like Kolek, it's going to take him, his 3 years to get ready. It's going to take him his 3 years. Even Deuce, if you remember, Deuce rookie year was the COVID year. Okay, the shortened season, and what happened? I think it was a 72 game season. And that year, he was like in this situation, he was thrust into the starting lineup or into heavy minutes against Houston, and he responded very well. He had like 15 points, several steals, tight defense. He really played well, and they beat Houston. But then they played Toronto like a day or two later, and he stunk. He wasn't ready, and Thibs pulled him, and you hardly saw him again after that. See, Thibs don't like rookies dealing, and reason why, because they make mistakes like that. So that was Deuce's rookie year, okay? That's what happened, and he really performed, given a whole game effort against Houston that year. And Kolek ain't done that yet. Kolek, you get little spurts, and everybody get tripping on those little spurts as if this is going to be him extrapolated out. No, it's not. He's not ready, okay? So we can stop about that. Can we now, please? Stop about this Kolek guy until, Summer League. We'll see him then. But other than that, but you're going to get diminishing returns is what I was trying to say. So if you play a guy that's not ready too many minutes, if you play him spot minutes, you'll get the most out of him, which is why Kolek was looking so good in the spot minutes. But if you play him too many minutes, you're going to get diminishing returns for two reasons. Number one, the opposing team is going to exploit him. This is the league, okay? And the Clippers are good. And so they exploited this boy. It didn't take them long. It's like fresh meat in jail. They're going to get it. So that's what happened. And the second reason is the boy's just simply not ready, okay? He hasn't had enough time, development, experience, all of that, okay? So right now, I'm saying Kolek is building up his body, and he needs to keep doing that. And I want to encourage him to keep doing that. And then summer's coming, summer league coming. The Knicks will probably bring in some undrafted free agents, some second-round picks, and they're going to challenge Kolek, Ariel Hoop-Porty, Daddy A, and McCollum. They're going to get challenged, and that's good. Then let's see how they develop, and let's go into the fall and see what happens. But that's how this is going to go. Okay, so we better hope that either Deuce and or Cam Payne is ready to go Friday. We got Delon Wright, and he's a good backup. That's what he is. He's a backup point guard, and he could perform that function. But especially given a whole game in the practice, But it'd be better for us if we can get Deuce and or Cameron Payne back for Friday. Come Tuesday, I'm very confident we're going to get Brunson back. We might get Deuce and Brunson, which brings us back to where we're supposed to be. And as I said, the Knicks are playing at a high level right now. The other guys are playing at a high level right now. So we need that point guard to run this, drive this Lexus. That's what we need, okay? So anyway, that's it. Please, enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe out there. I won't be watching the game tomorrow night, but I will tape it, and we will be watching it Saturday night. But I'll be looking for the reports today about Cam Payne's ankle, about Deuce's availability and his progression toward returning. That's what I'll be looking at today from Ian Begley. Y'all enjoy it. Sure.